Hi, I'm Teresa Chang.
Hi, I'm Marianne McCara.
Hi, I'm Felicia Grant Cummings.
Hi, I'm Kim Johnson with Moms Navigating Autism.
Hi, I'm Kim Johnson. Welcome to Moms Navigating Autism.
Hi, I'm Teresa Chang.
Hi, I'm Marianne McCara.
Hi, I'm Felicia Grant Cummings.
We are happy to introduce Brendan Klein from the Westchester Institute for Human Development. He is the coordinator for advocating and community engagement. Let me hand this over to Brendan.
My name is Brendan Klein. I work at WSG doing social youth and self-advocating across the New York State and Westchester County. And I have to go across the New York State and help people with disabilities have to build their own social groups and have to self-advocate in different situations. There's a lot of really great information on the WIHG website. And so I work in the community support network. And so community support network is a CSN at WSG, serves individuals with special needs and their families to preschool, from throughout the school the age of years and into adulthood of higher educational and employment. And there's a lot of ways to connect with the WSG and professionals and parents. The WSG CSN is on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So you can follow them and you can stay in the loop of what they're up to. And the adult IDD services is also on Facebook. And self-direction services is as well on Facebook. And there's a bunch of stuff that if you're looking for any support or any services or staff, and all the stuff that the CSN is on Facebook, and all my peer-to-peer social groups are private. So if you're looking on Facebook to find my social groups, they are private. If anybody that you know that is in the group already, they can invite the people that they know with, and anybody who's has any type of disability that they want to join, they can invite them. And I just have to kind of look at the person and like try to make sure, like, who is this person? And then and how did tic-tac-toe happen? That's a good question. So it started over 5 years ago with only 12 members. And Facebook setting is, again, private. So only members that can see the events and picture and etc. are people that are in the social groups. And I have learned how to plan and organize events. And now we have over 297 members on tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
And the age of my social groups of the kids are 12 up to 50, and half of the parents and DSPs and many other people that are on the groups that are having my work at so many different places. Teachers, I have a retired police officer who's on the group. And there's so many people who are so wonderful, and they do so many great things just for, and so much support for my group.
What sorts of events are the most popular ones?
Which one is popular, or which group is popular?
Yes, what sort of activities do you find the clients enjoy most?
So I think a lot. That's a good question. So I think a lot of people really enjoy a lot is I would say in-person event, so they can see each other and they can spend time and they can connect. and it's kind of a little better on in person, and I think a lot of people kind of like I'm kind of done with Zoom a little bit, and I think people are kind of shifting over to Zoom or into person. So and I have Zoom just on the side, just in case if the weather's bad or anything like that snow like that is happening tomorrow. But
tomorrow,
I'm not ready.
they're playing Family Feud, right? Tomorrow's
Yeah,
Family Feud online.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we play a lot. I'm actually the game of Steve Harvey. We play that game every
the scavenger hunt.
Family Feud with Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
So we took that game and we you can play it on your phone, and you can play with others, people that are part of the social groups.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I thought that Tic-Tac-Go was your only group, and then you sent out some sort of message on your newsletter, I think it was, and it had all your different groups listed. And I think that our viewers would really like to know about the different groups you have.
Yeah, so I have about 16 social groups. So I have there's a bunch of social groups that are called like Girls on the Go, or just for like a group of girls who just want to have a good night out. And so I have 2 or 3 of my friends who are organized and who work for me, and because for me, for a 16 social group, I can't do a lot of those, and it's hard to keep track of which group is what. So I have 3 of my friends who are helping me out with a Girl on the Go group, and so they just like Girls Night Out, that getting their nails done, and kind of do all the whatever good stuff is. But then there's a high school group that for a younger age of kids, and there's also a sign language group, but for those who want to learn how to do sign language, American Sign Language. So I actually do sign language, and so this is hello. There's a bunch of mixed group, and there's also Tic-Tac-Go Green. So that is a gardening group. So I have about right now I used to have 3, but now I have 2. One at the WSC on the corner on the side of the building of WSC, and I also have one that is in Pleasantville, in the small town of Pleasantville. So we help we support the community by growing the veggies, and as the veggies grow, we donated them to Hillside for people that are homeless and families who can't find any like fresh food or can't get fresh food. So we donate them to people who really need the food.
You said where at WARC? You said the first one is?
WIHG. Sorry, WIHG.
WIHG. Okay,
Yeah.
and you have a garden there. Okay, that's good to know. We do stuff
And
like that.
we actually, me and my, I think my dad's in the background hearing this, but my dad and I made a bench for one of my Naomi Brickles, one of her family member who long time ago kind of passed a long time ago, and so me and my dad made a bench for her son. So her son and I we traced her name, traced his son name in the bench. On Tic-Tac-Go, we do a lot of fun things. So we do movies, bowling, birthday parties, barber show, sports, etc. So, and we also do a lot of fantasy football and March Madness basketball games. And every Sunday, a member will host a sports football or basketball at their house or the apartments. And then we also, I usually like to take over my parents' backyard, and we do a backyard movie, or we also do on Zoom. And I also do a scavenger hunt, a re-scavenger hunt on I actually have one this Sunday actually. At the Bronx Zoo. We went to Bronx Zoo and we went to the mall Grand Central, and many more other shorts events. And I think I mentioned earlier, but we used to do MP bowls for 914 kids, Right Sock for kids who with ASD, and in the honor of the 9/11 victims, and so much more. We do so many other things, and we also tic-tac-toe also to the vacations to our cruise, to our first cruise together in July to Canada throughout Boston, and that was a lot of fun for the 4th of July. That was a lot of fun. So we do a lot of mix of short events. We do online, we do in-person events. So since COVID has started, we have been doing the Zoom events like movies, Sunday football games, and March Madness, and Uno, Bingo, and Family Feud, as we talked earlier. And we chat and catch up with others. And I have started now, and I think we also talked earlier, to meet in person events like going to a walk at a Tickhill Dam, movies, ice cream, and also take over my parents' backyard and go bowling. And that's also more other short events that that's not on the list. There's so many other things I do.
Wow.
And so I have expanded my Facebook short groups, and WSG wants to learn from my short year to expand it and teach others to how to create their own short group in their own community. So I was hired to teach people on how to create new Facebook short groups and mentor those groups. And WSG tech team works with me to help educate parents and young adults about internet safety.
I didn't know that you teach people how to start these social groups on Facebook, because there's a lot of groups down in southern Westchester. Up in northern Westchester, there aren't as many.
Right. I
You know.
had a question about the social groups also. As far as the social groups, are there groups for people that are more disabled, like nonverbal? Because my son, he's not able to do a lot of these outings. Do they have stuff for people like that they can get together with disabilities?
My social group, Tic-Tac-Toe, is always welcome to anybody with a disability. So
any disability. Okay.
and so for also same for Girls and Go. We're always welcome for anybody with a disability.
Mhm.
If you want to bring like a ComHab or DSP, they also are always welcome to come too as well. So I have my own DSP, my ComHab, who is truly wonderful, and him and I help him. Me and him organize events, and we organize, kind of keep things in talk before we get to the events, and kind of just he helped me with a lot of things, and it's so helpful to have a ComHab just on the side, just support me. And so when you have a large crowd, it's hard to try to keep track of who is who and try to make sure everybody's okay. So he comes on the side with me on the short events.
Felicia is probably interested in your girls group.
Yes, I have a daughter who just in December turned 18. So I'm curious as to what groups you have that might be available to her. And, I can share with her and might, perk her interests or any friends that she may have.
Yeah, of course. So I have about 16 social groups. So there's about and then all those 16 where is it? For all those 16 social groups, there's about over 830 members in total of my social groups.
Wow.
So into my 16 other social groups, there's about 830 members. So we and all of those 830, we all of those people in that group, we all get together into one events. So I kind of know so many people into everywhere, and everybody in the community support me in, so they help me in so many ways. And so so there's the group that I have is Tic-Tac-Go, Tic-Tac-Go Green, Girls on the Go, and Girls on the Go. And a group that is part of WSC called Get With It, and a Hear Voices sub-advocating group for those who want to learn how to speak up in the different situations. And there's also WIHG on the go for those who want to go outdoors and hiking, or want to go kind of like explore to other adventures. So, and I actually have a friend who also is doing that group too as well.
When Brendan exited, Brendan went to the Pleasantville Lab School program, and he graduated at 21, and he had a really strong but small group of friends that had a very hard time staying connected when they weren't at school together every day. So I'm pretty active on social media, and I helped Brendan set up a Facebook group, which was originally Tic-Tac-Go. And the name of Tic-Tac-Go came through he has 3 older brothers, and one of his brothers was the one who came up with that name. So Brendan was like a fish to water. He's very tech savvy. And because of the structure of this Facebook group where he could set up events, it was a really easy place for him to post an idea for an activity that not only the individuals who were interested, but also parents could see what the plans were. Because what we were finding before Tic-Tac-Go was that they were talking about events that, you know, time management skills were an issue, transportation was an issue. There were so many contributing factors that were interfering with them being able to just find a way to socialize with each other, that setting up this Facebook group really was remarkable at just making it simple. So he's right, the group started with about 10 or 11 people, and then people started adding their friends, and then teachers started to find out about it, and then WIHD found out about it. And they thought,
I got hired, I'm not sure why this is not on here, but I also got hired well, from Naomi Brickle, and I left the other job, and I jumped into WSE, and I started expanded 16 social groups.
right. So I think the challenge that we found was, because it really kind of blew up, and he is right, he has over 800 people who are part of these groups, was how to make it scalable. And I think that, you know, Brendan is only one person and he loves what he does, but this is something that anybody really can do if they are shown, you know, if they're mentored in these skills. And I think that's something that Brendan is really great at. He's participated in terrific leadership development programs, and WIHD has been incredibly supportive. And he has an amazing team of people who help him. He has a great job coach. He has a great ComHat provider. And, you know, again, for sure, COVID kind of hijacked the plan to really try to go into schools and try to help other people develop these skills, because this is a real job. And Brendan has been remarkably successful, but lots of people can do this job. And I think ultimately the goal is for Brendan to be able to mentor other people and show them how to do this, and have other organizations, have schools, have nonprofits, voluntary agencies hire individuals like Brendan to do this job, because it is clearly there's a huge need in the community for social activities at multiple levels. And I've listened to the questions about day habs and ages and you know, girls, boys. There's so many possibilities. I think we've only scratched the surface. And I hope that, you know, all of you who are listening today will think about where in your own communities there's a possibility for Brendan to come in and try to help mentor and pilot new programs, because I think
I know that in a lot of different, I have a lot of different meetings with other different communities where they said the same, almost kind of the same situation I was in, where they don't have a group and don't have anything, don't have a short group, don't have an advocating group, and they're just starting to rebuild everything. So I start to kind of jump into their I guess organization, And then so I kind of just jump in and kind of see what's going on and kind of see how can I kind of squeeze in. For me, I can't squeeze in anywhere. I just go on top of it. So
But can I interrupt, Brendan? I think the thing that's
I know.
really remarkable about the success of this is that adults have tried to learn how to do this and work with Brendan, and those social groups have failed. What
Yeah.
works when individuals with disabilities run these programs and have the motivation and the passion to do it. And it's a great opportunity, and hopefully it's something that can be, a potential job for other people with a disability who want to do what Brendan does. 'Cause
Right.
it's not that it's hard. It takes a lot of support and time and mentoring to really be able to do it.
I also, before I started group, I used to go to a lot of different other programs. I kind of just watch them and kind of just see what do they do. And so that way, if I learn from them and I kind of see like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want that in my group. And what are they doing? I don't want that. So I
Right.
kind
But
of
you
just
pick
like,
the best. You pick the best ideas out of the programs that you've
Right.
witnessed or been a part of. You pull out the best ideas from their models and have incorporated it into your ideas also and created these social groups.
It's also very member driven. I think Brendan is really good at staying connected to what people are interested in doing. The pandemic was a real roller coaster. It was
He got
really hard.
creative though.
Yeah.
He did get creative with the online stuff.
Yeah, it's remarkable to be, to see this group come together and how the natural supports that they provide each other. Everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. So you'll have, individuals who have math skills, have great social skills, and then you have kids who don't have those skills. And it's remarkable how they all really pitch in to support each other. And
They do. They
it's
do.
a great community. It's really been
Yeah.
amazing to be
The
part of.
community is only Westchester, or is it anywhere? Like, could it be people from Rockland too, or it's just Westchester?
I think
So there was a group who wanted to start in Rockland. There was a young man who was interested in starting his own group. Brendan worked with him for a while. It never got off the ground. It was right before the pandemic.
Right.
I think that it could happen anywhere. It really takes a little bit of time and effort. And I have to tell you, I worked with Brendan to start this, but having the right support staff and really having people who can really help cultivate the opportunities and nurture that kind of community it makes all the difference in the world.
Because they don't have a lot of stuff over in Rockland, and I didn't know, if they had some of this over there, or if people from Rockland can join these social groups as well. So that's what I was asking about. So
yeah, they often do things over at the Palisades Mall.
Okay.
The problem is they don't really know anybody who's in Rockland who can kind of connect them to what the social opportunities are over there.
I didn't know who was welcome to it, because I know some families over there that are always looking for stuff for their
Sure.
and so I'll point them in the direction of these social groups also. And if it's because somebody in particular, I'm thinking about, her child comes to school in Westchester, but from over in Rockland. So, and she says that there's not a lot there, and she's also going the same situation that I am with no day habs. So,
Right, which is terrible.
it's no, the groups are really great. My son really enjoys them. He, like I said, he just heard Brandon and he came in to say hello. I mean, they really do become friends.
Absolutely. These are authentic relationships. And, I think the stuff that Select and Spark and so many other kind of recreation, social opportunity organizations, I think they do great work. Brendan participated in some of those when he was younger, and we never really saw that he developed outside of those structured organizations. There were no main relationships that he could maintain, that it all was part of that facilitated moment, not part of an extended kind of, he would never think about calling them or going to a movie but that's not the same as with this Tic Tac Go group, because it is so much more, it's not facilitated. They all have to really put out the effort to connect with each other. And they have a remarkable relationship on social media. The conversation is going constantly all day
Right.
long.
Real
talking to-
friendship and a bond, so it's different.
Yeah.
It's not like they go to a group somewhere like that. It's a little different.
Importance of social skills for people on the autism spectrum. People with autism need the same level of social skills as their typical peers. They are the most important skills people on the autism spectrum can develop. Social skills include initiating conversations, making friends, having good sportsmanship, making eye contact, reading a person's body language, handling bullying effectively, and more. Find social skills groups in your area. Many organizations will have free social skills groups with the parents paying for their child's portion of the activity. Stay tuned next week to see more from Brendan Klein.
Thank you to Brendan Klein for joining us today on Moms Navigating Autism. Thank you to Altice for providing us with this platform.
And we want to remind everybody that we are mothers. We're not professionals. We're sharing our experiences so that we can help you with your autism child.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media.
See you next week.